the anime back on another video. So today I'm doing with deku, had a half and half quirk / teleportation. So I'm just gonna start where we left off. So after the first day of school, deku got first in the quirk assessment test. Yeah, nothing really happens until the heroes versus villains. So that day, All Might comes in. He was like, I am here. The whole class is like cheering, yay! All Might is here, and that, yeah, and All Might was like, today we're gonna be doing the heroes versus villains, and everybody was like, heroes versus villains, like what is that? And All Might explains it, and he was like, y'all have to be looking good in your hero costumes. And he shows them the hero costumes. Deku hero costume is just probably gonna be the same. Yeah, it's it's just gonna be the same. But instead of being green, it's mostly white with like it's basically white and green. So like where all the green was, there's white, and where the white and like red is in the picture, that's green. So yeah. Alright, so all my says Zuko, Midoriya, and Momo versus Bakugo, and who should I ship Bakugo with? Let me think. Who will go with Bakugo? Iraka? Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, Bakugo and versus Bakugo and Iraka. So Bakugo and Iraka are the villains. Deku and Momo are the heroes. So All Might says begin. Deku basically freezes the whole building like Todoroki does, the original. And Bakugo just like, he doesn't get stuck, but Iraka does. So like she's like out, or basically because she can't really do anything. So Bakugo he was like, dang it, now I can't go rush him. And he was like, maybe if I rush him, I'll be able to get him down fast, so we can win. And that's what he's thinking. So he rushes Deku and Momo, and Momo or Deku just teleports Momo to the bomb, and they touch it. That's really all he does. And Bakugo was like, dang, I forgot he could teleport. And All Might was like, heroes wins. And Deku unfreezes the whole building. And Todoroki was like, his quirk is like really similar to mine. It's like, oh, it's like almost the exact same quirk. Cause it is. And everybody else fights goes the same. Ida gets paired with somebody. Whoever Ida got, or whoever Momo's partner was, Ida got her or him. I don't know. I don't really care. And yeah. So after that, Bakugo and Deku is hanging out, and Momo's with them, and yeah, like Bakugo was like, he's telling Deku like about their willing this date. He was like, no, bro, I invited you. And yeah, they're all talking, and Baku's like, hey, bro, can I tell you something? He was like, sure. He was like, not near Momo. And Momo was like kind of offended because Bakugo and her were friends. And she was like, oh, why can't I hear it? And he was like, because you're gonna tell that person. He was like, he was like, I just can't tell you, Momo, sorry. And Momo was like, okay, fine. And Deku and Bakugo just goes somewhere, and Momo follows them. And Deku could tell that Momo's following him, and he didn't really care. So And Bakugo and Deku stopped. He was like, okay, so you and Momo were dating, so like you must know, you must have the words with the ladies if you could get a girlfriend. And Deku was like, I guess. And he was like, okay, so I need your help. I like this girl in our class. No name. I'm not gonna tell you her name because I don't trust you. Or he's gonna. I don't know if you're gonna tell her or not. So I'm not gonna tell you. And he was like, so like, how would I ask her out on a date? And Deku starts laughing, and he was like, "Oh, Momo, you can come out now." And Bakugo was like, "What?" And Momo pops out. He was like, "Sorry, Bakugo." Yeah, Momo was following us, and I just didn't care to tell. Cause I didn't know it was gonna be this. I thought it was gonna be something important, but not this. And Deku was just laughing. Momo was like, "So who's the lucky girl?" And Baku was embarrassed, and he was like, nobody. And Deku was like, I have a pretty good guess, but I won't say it if you don't want Momo to hear it. And he whispers in Baku's ear. He was like, is it a rock up? And he shakes his head, yes. And he was like, I knew it. And Momo was like, please tell me. And he was like, no. And Baku was like, okay, so how do I ask her out? And he was like, honestly, I didn't. Wait, he was like, honestly, I don't even know, bro. Like, I was terrified when I asked out Momo, and he was like, and Momo was like, really? And he was like, yeah. And he was like, just do it. And he was like, okay, fine. And I'm just gonna say everybody has each other's number. And Bakugo calls up Iranka, and when Momo sees the name on Bakugo's phone, he was like, it's Araka. And Bakugo shook his head, yeah. And Deku shook his head, yeah. And Iranka picked up. She was like, oh hey Bakugo. And like they're talking, and Deku and Mo was like, tell her. And Iranka was like, or Deku or Bakugo was like, oh fine. He was like, so Iranka, do you have any plans this weekend? And she was like, no, I'm just gonna stay at home and watch TV, most likely. And Bucky was like, so would you like to go get something to eat or something? And Iraqi was like, she said like a date, and he was like, yeah, and she says yes, and all that happens. So Iraqi and Akago is going to date, and after a few days, like this is like probably like a week before the USJ. So after a few days, Bakugo asks out Iraka, and this is the day before the USJ, or the weekend before the USJ. So like Bakugo, Deku, Iraka, and Momo just hang out together. Like Momo and Deku is like trying to push Bakugo and Iraka together. Like and then yeah, all that stuff happens. Now time for the USJ. So on the bus, people were just saying about their quirks, and it comes to Deku, and it was like, so what can you do with your quirk? They asked, wait, how many? Okay, what is your quirk? And he was like, all of them, and it was like, yeah, all of them. He was saying, okay, fire, white fire, the hottest fire, white ice, the hottest ice, teleportation / phasing, fire resistance, ice resistance, and he slips up and says an enhancement quirk. And Bakugo Momo is like a shock. And he was like, and everybody on the bus like, wait, you have a enhancement quirk? I thought, I didn't know that. And Momo even said, I didn't even know that. And Bakugo said, I didn't know that either. And he was like, did I say enhancement quirk? I meant fire. There was like, you already said fire though. He was like, oh, I think y'all heard me wrong. I swear I thought I said fire. and they was like, like they're suspicious of him, and Frothly, Flop, what? And okay, so they get to the USJ, and Matthew just doesn't. He just feels like something's off. He was like, something's off, and he just keeps it to himself. He was like, and he thinks it's probably nothing, and then the portal opens up, and a whole bunch of villains comes, and Deku's just not having it. He just freezes them all, and yeah, all the villains are frozen. But like, there's still more coming, and he just does another wave of freezing, and literally all the things are frozen. Like every villain except the portal dude and Shigaragi. Wait, is that his name? Yeah, Shigaragi? Maybe. I think that. How do I not remember the main villain's name? I really need to rewatch the series. And Nomu. So those are only 3 people or 3 villains that are free. And the Nomu or Shigaragi says, kill that ice kid. And the Nobu rushes out of Deku, and he punches Deku, and Deku just uses one for all and phases. Like he's using 30% one for all, and just keep hitting with ice blast and fire blasts. And because he's not punching Nomu, the shock absorption is not really doing anything for him. But and his fire burns so much, and ice freezes so much, like his regeneration is barely keeping up, and the normal can't even hit Deku because he was phasing through all his punches, and this is where Deku's like, I never want to try this, and he phases only his hand. So if you watch the Flash, when the Flash virus his head at super speed, where he phases through the person's chest and like can crush their heart or like stab their heart. That's what Deku does to the Nomu, and the Nomu like dies. Like I don't care how strong the Nomu was, he just dies. And because Deku just did all that, nobody got hurt, and they low-key capture all the villains, and they just continue the USJ. And because we don't really know that much about the USJ, that's whatever they do, or like they do the hero saving. So yeah, and I think this is a good place to leave my video. But I did say last time that because I was gonna do a 2 what if Deku had a half and half quirks, so I'm gonna be making that video right now. Peace.